Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Pointy Not Sharp. Today we're taking a look at a Turkish 84/98 Type 3 bayonet. Now the 84/98 Type 3 is the bayonet that's pretty much most commonly associated with the Carabiner 98K, although it will fit any of those Mauser style of rifles that take a TO, have the TO Mortier slot. But yes, this particular one is Turkish, and the Turks received a bunch of these after the Second World War. I'll get to that in just a sec. This one's pretty interesting because the manufacturer marking, WUK. So that means it's a Weisberg and Kirschbaum manufacture, and that marking was used between 1927 and 1930 during the Weimar Republic. It's not particularly relevant to this video, to the fact that this has been purchased by Turkey, but it's an interesting time for these to be manufactured. There's not a terrible lot of them. I've actually got another one that's in pristine condition that's East German, or East German refurbished, while this is Turkish refurbished. You can really see the difference in quality. Anyway, I'll put that to the side. That's not really relevant for today. I've actually got another video coming where I'm going to go over this one shortly. But for all intents and purposes, this is just a 84/98 Type 3, just like the Bakelite handle ones. So they're the same. They made them with wood or Bakelite handles. It's supposed to have a flash guard. This one doesn't for Turkish reasons. Anyway, that's enough fluffing around. These were used by Germany throughout the Second World War, and after the Second World War, Germany had a huge surplus of these, and they were sold to all kinds of places, including Turkey. So post-World War II, Turkey purchased a whole bunch of Carabiner 98Ks along with bayonets. Now, at the time, Turkey was an absolute mess when it came to arming their army. They had a whole range of different rifles and bayonets, and everything was makeshift and really, really crude. And this is a perfect example of just how crude everything Turkish seemed to end up, whether it had a hard life, wasn't cared for, was very, very cheaply refurbished. But you can really see the difference. And these were actually, they didn't stay in service very long in Turkey. I think it was the early 50s or even the late 40s that the US started supplying M1 Garands, and FAL started flooding into Turkey as well in the late 50s. So they started getting a whole bunch of self-loading rifles. The Carabiner 98K didn't stay in service terribly long, maybe 10 years. And these bayonets, while they may have stayed on in some kind of reserve capacity or stored away in a giant warehouse somewhere, but yeah. Anyway, we'll go through the construction. So, I'll get the scabbard out of the way for now. So, as you can see, it's lost a little bit of length in the point. That's probably just used down to wear. The finish is trash. It's been sharpened very, very harshly, machined very, very harshly. It's probably been corroded. The fuller has somehow been extended. I don't know how or why they've done that. Just very poor care of it. The metal flash guard on the back of the handle is gone. Obviously during some refurbishment, and they've replaced what would have been the nice original grips with really poorly constructed, cheap, crude grips and really dodgy screws. Other than that, it's pretty much the same. Press button is pretty trash. The more I use it, the better it gets. But the construction is, just the same as all of the 84/98. So I've already done one video on these, being this one here, the one with the Bakelite handle. And I've got another video coming, which is this one here. And that's where I'm really going to explain the WUK, the first production of the Type 3s in 27 to 30. This one's really interesting. I'll just give you a quick preview as to why. Because I've got a artillery unit marking on the crossguard, and on the reverse, I've got a 1920 stamp, despite the fact this was manufactured in 1927. You hardcore collector, knowledgeable people will probably know what that means. It's going to be a good video. I'm looking forward to explaining that. So that's the construction of the bayonet. Looking at the actual scabbard, the scabbard is trash. This is really heavy, just very crudely stamped steel. It's been very badly welded down the side. And then the frog stud is not even originally for a Mauser style. It's actually for a P1907. And they've just like cut the edges off to make it sort of a bit more Mauser style. So if you're familiar with the Mauser frog studs, they're this shape here. So maybe they've just cut the edges off so it can fit into a standard Mauser style of frog. I know the Turks used a lot of those kinds of frogs. Again, they made their own very, very crudely. And then it's got a ball finale down the end, and just an original mouth. This is, the throat here is original for some other bayonet. Again, I'm thinking P1907. Yeah. There you go. So the mouth and the frog stud both from P1907, I'm pretty sure. So that's the construction. Very, very crude. I'll jump into markings. So you'll come across the original markings. They weren't all removed, but during Turkish use and refurbishment, these got absolutely trashed, and pretty much all of the original markings disappeared. This is a great example. So usually you'll have a manufacturer marking, maybe a serial number and a date of manufacture, as well as a bunch of Waffen-Arps inspection marks, and you'll find them all over the place on the flash guard sometimes, on the pommel. This doesn't really have any of that. The only thing this has left is the manufacturer mark, the WUK, but you do come across the Turkish ones with all kinds of markings. The only marking that was added by Turkey is a serial number on the cross guard, and very, very crudely done, and that is just the hallmark of Turkish bayonets, be it your model 1935s, your adapted P1907s, anything that Turkey got their hands on, they just stamped a very crude serial number on the crossguard like that. I don't know if that matched a rifle. I assumed it probably would. You don't come across a terrible lot of these, being the Turkish ones, especially in this crude condition. They're not terribly desirable. I don't know if anyone is really into collecting Turkish bayonets because there's so many, they're so crap, and there's no real rhyme or rhythm. There's no fixed nomenclature. It's just so they cobbled together whatever they could from spare parts, like this scabbard here, and it's a bit trashy. It is. I don't particularly like them myself. This one's not staying in my collection. I'm going to move it on and reinvest the money into buying something a bit flashier to show you guys in an upcoming video. Anyway, guys, if you made it this far, thanks for watching, and if you have any more knowledge or have made any mistakes about these, comment below. I'd love to hear from you. If you've hung around this long and haven't subscribed already, please feel free to do so, because wouldn't want you to miss any more of my videos. I do have a few more Turkish bayonets coming up. They're the Ersats. But yeah, thanks for watching.